the smooth song stylings of DeBarge. If you are in the Southern California area this weekend, there are two big shows featuring DeBarge and Switch together on stage for their first ever reunion concert in a tribute to Bobby DeBarge at the iconic Globe Theater. This Sunday, that show was announced some weeks back, sold out pretty quickly, and they have added, by popular demand, a second show. So you are in luck if you don't have a ticket for Sunday and Monday at the Globe Theater. The incomparable DeBarge in concert with Switch, again, together on stage for the first time ever in this reunion concert in a tribute to Bobby DeBarge at the iconic Globe Theater. Let me just tell you my quick DeBarge story and why I love him so much and love his entire family. So I grew up in a little Pentecostal church in a little small town in Indiana. And as you all know, Elle and siblings grew up in Michigan. I was a part of a national church organization called the PAW, Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, Inc. And we had a sister church named Bethel in Grand Rapids, Michigan, pastored by a brilliant man named William Abney, Bishop William Abney. And that is the church that Elle and his siblings went to. And so before they blew up as DeBarge, I met them at a church convention once and heard them sing. And I was the choir director in my church, and I was just completely blown away by the harmonies, by the vocal stylings of this DeBarge family, who I met at this church convention. Fast forward a few years, I'm at my house in Indiana, listening to the radio, and I hear this song in a special way come on. And I froze in the living room when I heard this song. And when I found out that it was DeBarge, that same DeBarge family I had met at the church convention, I about passed out. And years later, I would end up being a radio and TV host and have the opportunity to meet DeBarge and to become friends with DeBarge. And life just has interesting twists and turns. And so here I am now all these years later on radio, and I get a chance once again, as I've done in my platforms before, to have a conversation with my dear friend and brother DeBarge, whose voice is just all that for me. DeBarge, I love you, man. How are you, sir?
Hey, Tavis, good to talk to you, man. Can you hear me?
I hear you well, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Doing really good, man. I'm looking forward to all the great things coming up, but we're going to talk about that, I'm sure. I'm just hyped, man.
No, you got a whole lot of good stuff coming up, man. I'm glad to have you on, and I can imagine that you're hyped. Speaking of being hyped, what is your process? I mean, how hyped do you get? What is your process before you do a big concert? How do you prepare for it?
Yeah. Oh, before I do a big concert, well, I usually am in the dressing room trying to get rid of the butterflies. I still get butterflies.
You still get butterflies, Elle?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I can't help it, man. It's with me all the time. I got butterflies just from having this conversation. I think what it is it means so much to me that I can touch people's lives in a good way, in a positive way. And I always respect that. Along with success, comes a great responsibility, and I respect it, So yeah, I get the butterflies, man.
Yeah. What is How would you define how it is that you and I discussed this before, so this is no surprise to you, no surprise to our audience. You've been very open and very transparent. One of the songs that I love that we're going to play here in a minute is a song you wrote called "Second Chance." So again, no hiding the fact that you've had your issues, and you keep fighting through those issues. And I'm pulling and praying for you all the time. But it amazes me. I have the same conversation with Charlie Wilson. I don't know two people who have done more that could have damaged their voice, could have just completely stripped them of all their vocals. God rest her soul, but at the end of her life, Whitney Houston had lost her voice. The drugs had just completely stripped her of her voice. But for whatever reason, God has been merciful to you and grateful to you, and you've done whatever you could to protect it. But what do you make of the fact that with all that you've put your voice through, Elle, that you still have not just your voice, you still have your upper registry?
That's a very humbling thing for me to think about. And Whitney, rest in peace. We all loved her so much, and I really loved her. God, I think, Tavis, that I can do nothing but just talk about the grace of God. I don't know. He chose me to do this, and I'm just happy to do it. I really don't have the answer to that. I know I drink a lot of water,
Yeah.
and I pray a lot. I just love God, man, and I love music. And, if I wasn't doing this, I don't know what else I'd be doing.
Yeah, no.
But speaking of Uncle Charlie Wilson, he's another man. He's another. Whenever I do concerts with him, we talk about it all the time. We sit in his dressing room. Charlie is never ever late for getting on stage. He's always on time. He's very prompt. And when he and I get together and we talk in the dressing room, he always says, "You're about to make me late." He's never, because we just get into the conversation so much, man. He's never late.
Yeah.
But he came close a couple of times.
Well, but you guys are amazing to me because, again, God has been so merciful, I think, to both of you and just protected those pipes. And Charlie, of course, is cranking out hits like nobody's business. And again, you still have all of your range, and your upper register is just still there, and I love it. I want to play a little bit of this particular song. I played it earlier, as I mentioned to you. I've never done this before, but for all 3 hours today, all I've done is to play El DeBarge music because I celebrate you so and respect you so, and just, again, pulling and praying for your success all the time. And my favorite album is an album that I think Warner Brothers put out for you, and I just think Warner Brothers dropped the ball on this miserably. I think it is the best album that you've ever done, top to bottom. That's my own assessment. If you ask me what is my favorite, all your DeBarge stuff is amazing. But this album that you did in 1994 called Heart and Soul, Babyface produced some tracks on it. Everything on this album, top to bottom, is amazing. But I want to play a little bit of Heart and Soul right quick. Tell me about this track, man. I love the whole album, but this song just hits me in ways I can't describe. Tell me about this song, man.
I wrote it. I woke up one morning, and I was just, how you wake up in the morning, you just feel really close to God. I felt close to God, and literally chills was all over my body. And I started thinking back how God had been blessing me, even when I was standing on shaky ground, even when I wasn't doing right, how he forgave me anyway. And he made sure I ate every day, made sure I, had clothes on my back. And these words just started pouring out of me, the words of gratefulness to God, and how I learned to just trust him more and more.
It's an amazing track, and every time I hear it, it does something to me. We'll continue our conversation with El DeBarge, who's appearing this Sunday and Monday at the Globe Theater with Switch. If you're in the Southern California area and you've never seen it, I said the other day, Jeffrey Osborne was on, life is short. And if there are people you love and you've never seen them in concert, now is the time to make sure that you recognize the brevity of life, and don't miss going to see people you ain't never seen in concert that you swore you always wanted to go see. So this weekend, 2 days to see El DeBarge at the Globe, Sunday and Monday. We'll continue our conversation with my friend Eldra DeBarge when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Tavis Smiley at The Real Tavis Smiley. And get Twitter updates at Tavis Smiley. The conversation continues when we come forward. My reverse option.
Are you a homeowner, 62 years or older, with some equity in your home? Did you stop making mortgage payments during the COVID-19 pandemic and now the banks are wanting you to pay up? If so, you may want to consider a reverse mortgage. A reverse mortgage could pay off your current loan balance and keep you in your home for the rest of your life with no mortgage payment. Prevent a foreclosure sale by calling My Reverse Options to see if you qualify for this FHA insured mortgage. This could even leave you with extra funds to pay property taxes, medical bills, or extra income. My Reverse Options specializes in reverse mortgages. Call 877-611-6226. That's 877-611-6226. Or log on to myreverseoptions.com. Call 877-611-6226 to see what your options are.
My reverse option.
Our Reverse Options Incorporated is a mortgage broker. California Department of Real Estate Corporation license number 0214-1651 NMLSID 1928866.
Our show Before You Go on KBLA Talk 1580 is made possible because of some pretty incredible storytellers and because of our sponsor, KBLA TV.
Binge on the culture with KBLA TV, an interactive app from founder Deshauna Spencer that streams global cinema from the African diaspora.
And popular film star Lil Rel as head of comedy.
He keeps us laughing.
Subscribe to KBLA TV.
For the culture.
Interrogating your assumptions and expanding your inventory of ideas. Let's get back to Tavis Smiley on KBLA Talk 1580.
And sisters and DeBarge, what do you recall about those days? How those were heady days. You all were just, you were cranking out hit after hit after hit. I assume you remember those days fondly, yes?
Yes, I do. Man, it was so much work. When I think of those days, I think of hard work in the studio, but it was fun work.
Yeah.
And you know how new everything was to us. We were just happy every day about everything. You know, it was like, we made it. We started making it. We're going to get the cloud music to the world.
This concert this weekend at the Globe, again, Sunday and Monday night, is the first ever reunion concert in a tribute to Bobby DeBarge. And we, of course, all love Switch. I know this is tragic, but just say a word about Bobby.
Well, Bobby, I miss Bobby, of course. He has taught me so much. He took me under his wings. He was like a father to me, a brother to me, a great minister of music. He taught me everything I know, and he only encouraged me. He was never jealous or anything. He always wanted to see me win. One of the greatest voices I've ever heard in my life, and one of the greatest songwriters I've ever had the privilege of being around. My brother Bobby. Love you, Bobby.
Great songwriter, great performer, and it's always beautiful to hear that even in families where there can be sibling rivalries, that you and Bobby never had any of that, and that Bobby always wanted the best for you. And so we offer our love to you and to your family, and our condolences on the loss of Bobby. So give me a sense of how the show is going to go. So it's you and it's Switch. So what's the plan for the show this week? How's it going to go? You coming out first? They coming out first? You going back and forth? How's it going to work?
Well, no, DW3 is coming out first. That's a local band here in Los Angeles.
Right.
And then Switch is coming out. And then I'm coming out. And you know what? Speaking of the show, I appreciate everyone who bought tickets for December 19th. But because we've added a second show, December 20th, I have some really, really special things that I'm going to do to make that show very special. So I don't know. You might want You might want to get some tickets for the 20th too, because we went all out. Me and my musical director and my performance coordinator, we just put in extra hours to make December 20th even more special.
Wow.
For everybody that didn't get a chance to come.
So you doing something extra on the 20th then, on the second day.
Yeah, I am.
Wow. I was
Yep.
I called L yesterday and told him I wanted to have him on the show to talk about these shows this weekend, and we hadn't had a chance to connect, and so I called him yesterday early in the day and said, L, I know you're probably busy, but if you get a chance, call me back, and I would love to see if you can come on the show tomorrow. And it was midnight last night, and I hadn't gotten into bed yet. I was sitting in my lounge chair, but had fallen asleep in the lounge chair. My phone rang, and it completely startled me, and it was L. And he says, Tavis, whatever you need, I'll be there for you, brother. So I wasn't even sure this was going to happen today, but at the last minute, literally at the midnight hour, L called me last night and said, I will be there for you. And so I'm glad to hear that he's added some special stuff for the second night. So you hear L's point, and I ain't mad at him. If you got a ticket for Sunday, you might want to get another ticket for Monday because he's going to do some extra stuff on Monday. We'll continue our conversation with El DeBarge here on KBLA Talk 1580 in a moment.
What should be just a memory? It's like a bell that keeps on ringing, calling me. But I believe what I can see, and I can feel the warmth of love surrounding me. So tonight, I lay me down to sleep. I pray my soul to keep, and that your love will rescue me for the rest of my life. I live to say goodbye to all the promises left behind. Here we are, you and I, a second chance.
We know you have options, but thank you for making the best choice. The only station in LA of the people, by the people, for the people. We are unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. Stay tuned.
It's snowing in Leimert Park. Join the 10th Council District and community partners on Friday, December 17th for a monumental holiday celebration, a snow night in Leimert. Festivities begin at 5 p.m. and will run until 9 p.m. This event is open to the public and free for all to attend. Enjoy free snow sledding, live music, arts and crafts, hot chocolate, fresh treats, a holiday night market, and more. You and your family are invited to bring your holiday cheer to Leimert Park Plaza for a snow night to remember. It's all going down at 4395 Leimert Boulevard from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, December 17th. For more information, visit cd10.lacity.org. That's cd10.lacity.org. Join CD10 for this joyous celebration, and happy holidays.
The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program returns Wednesday, December 15th at 5 p.m. Join the LA Urban League and Parkside EDC as they present a free webinar, Millionaire Millennials. Learn how to keep your legacy alive with proper trust execution. Use tax strategies to make business and home ownership work for you. Invest smart and spend wisely, all from a millennial's perspective. Give yourself an early Christmas gift and don't miss out on this informative conversation with three of the brightest young business minds in our city. CPA Catherine Shirley, Trust and Estate Specialist Kevin Bryce Jackson, Esquire, and Wealth Management Advisor Justin Lacey. Your path to financial liberation continues with the Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program. Don't miss this free Zoom webinar Wednesday, December 15th at 5 p.m. Register now at laul.org/BWAARP.
Let's unpack a little bit more with Tavis Smiley. The conversation continues right now.
I've been thinking about you for quite a is you. The things you do seem so satisfying to me. I must confess it, girl. And I like it.
So, Al, when you called me last night, you were in the studio rehearsing and working on some new stuff and getting ready for these shows this weekend. But as much time as you spend in the studio, I get the sense that you still love, more than anything else, the live performances.
That's something totally different. That's when you know the truth.
Oh, wait, when it's live?
Yeah, we got the fans right there. You know, I have some people in the front rows of my concerts looking at me like they have a look on their face like, I wish you would hit a wrong note. I'm going to talk about you so bad. And I get so nervous, man.
But do you, aside from those folks who are looking at you funny like that, to your point, I assume you feel the energy of the audience when you're on the stage. You feel that people are pulling for you, right? I know you do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I feel it. It's amazing. And, you know, L.A. is my joint, man. I love L.A., man.
Yeah.
And show me that love, because I love me some L.A., man.
Well, L.A. loves you. Your hometown in Michigan, of course, loves you. But we love you here in L.A., and you've got tons and tons and tons of fans. And if you didn't, they wouldn't have had to add a second show. So we are delighted that you're doing a second show. So again, if you are in the Southern California area this Sunday, Soulful Sundays Live at the Globe Theater this Sunday and Monday, L. DeBarge in concert with Switch, a reunion concert that will also be a tribute to Bobby DeBarge, who you heard L talk about earlier in this hour. L, you are always welcome here at KBLA Talk 1580 on this show, Dominique's show, anybody's show, man. This is your home, and whenever you're doing anything or working on anything that you want us to know about, you are welcome to come here. We love you. We respect you. We are pulling and praying for you all the time. Stay strong, stay healthy, and have a happy holiday season. Some great shows this weekend, my friend.
Love you too.
All right, love you back, man. Stay strong. That's our show for today. Time to make room now for Middays with Danny Morrison. Thanks for tuning in for our conversations today. A great show. We'll squeeze a lot in. And Lord willing, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Until then, thanks for listening. And as always, keep the faith.
So many sexy ladies. Everywhere. But babe, that got that feeling when I saw you sitting there. Oh, I've been watching you, babe, from across the room, not knowing what to do. But I've been trying to get up your nerve so I can hit you with some Mac-a-Church's word. You got it going on. Slide beside you, 'cause the feeling's so strong. Well, I had to slide beside you, 'cause you got it.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.